A major port in the northern oil region of Mozambique was taken over on Wednesday by Islamist extremists, according to local media and military sources. This comes after a series of attacks that occurred recently in the area. On the line now joining us is Jasmine Opperman, who is an expert in security, and she has been following the story. A very good morning to you, Ms. Opperman, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning and happy Women's Month.
Thank you very much. Happy Women's Month to you as well. Now, the news of this terror attack broke out earlier on this week, and you have been following the story rather closely. Talk our viewers through the series of events that actually unfolded that led to these Islamists actually taking a hold of that port.
I think what we have to understand, and we have to go back, and I'm not going to go through all the detail, but you have to go back to 2017, where Mozambique was first and initially attacked. Since then, we have seen an insurgency that has evolved in sophistication, ability to coordinate. And what we have seen now at MDP is the largest concentration of insurgents. Some refer to even 1,000 insurgents that have gathered and that have started with their attacks last Friday, where the government security forces run out of ammunition. They were actually cornered in MDP, and that has forced them actually to withdraw already on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, you had the very definite signs that the port itself has fallen into the hands of the insurgents.
And at the last count, we had about 1,300 people who had lost their lives and many more who had been displaced. Are there any updates that you might have come across regarding the fatalities and the adverse effects that this attack has actually had on the residents in that port city?
At this point in time, getting to numbers is extremely difficult due to the lack of access. What I can tell you is if we look at government security forces themselves, those numbers are being kept very close to home. Insurgents itself, we are looking at around about 70, the last number I got. But most of the people in Mozambique prior has left the area, has moved back to Palma. So you're sitting with a deserted district capital that has completely imploded. According to ACLED data, we are now close to 1,500 people being killed since 2017, and those are just the reported cases.
And just considering the fact that South Africa shares a border with Mozambique, do you think that as a country we should raise our terror alert levels or try and sort of boost security to avoid a spillover of any sort into our country?
If we look at the Cabo Delgado conflict areas, a spillover as we have seen in Cabo Delgado, no, we are not likely to see it in South Africa. Tanzania is the most vulnerable. Hence, we see them upgrading their border security quite significantly. For South Africa, the problem we are sitting with is the Islamic State threat directed at South Africa if they should get involved in Cabo Delgado. And that threat must be taken seriously. We know we have Islamic State dissident figures on home soil, and with a due proximity now not present, we have to understand that the spillover itself will have different dynamics, will have different support supply streams, and even could inspire people on home soil, because of what is happening in Cabo Delgado, to start taking action.
And I mean, if you consider that threat then to the South African country or our government as well, should our government try to get involved, or should they just let whatever takes place in Mozambique just take its course?
No, we can't afford it. I've said at a conference the day before yesterday, damn if we do, damn if we don't. We don't have a choice. We cannot let the ISIS or international terror group direct our foreign policy. But we also have to apply caution here. We cannot simply deploy soldiers. That will not solve the problem in Cabo Delgado. The problem we are sitting with is a Mozambican government relentless in a message that it will take care of its own problems. So finding a SADC intervention, not likely in the near future. But that the Mozambican government needs support, yes. The form of that support has to be clarified. We need to work in a regional manner together with all states in terms of dealing with this problem in a constructive manner. But it has to be focused on dealing with the root causes of the insurgency. And that must be central to our approach as South Africans.
Well, thank you very much. Let's leave it there. Jasmine Opperman, who is a terror and security expert, just sharing her insights on the situation in Mozambique and just the fact that there should not be an intervention from South Africa at this moment, as the country cannot afford it.